Hi, click on this link because you want to know what life is like as an x-ray tech when you're taking call, and I can fill you in on my experience when I was an x-ray tech at a trauma hospital for about 10 years. Pretty much you only take call during the time when there's not enough staff, so that would be in the middle of the night or maybe on weekends when the staffing is shorter. So what it entails is this: the two techs where I worked, the two techs were working their butt off, doing whatever they need to do, but whenever they crossed a threshold, they would call the call tech, and that would be me and a bunch of other people who rotated through the call schedule. We would get up sometimes 3:30 in the morning, 4:30, 6:30, whatever. That's what call is about. So we go to bed, we wake up, and we get the call. We take a shower, we go to work, and work is usually pretty hectic when we get in there. Most of the time when I was being called in, it was because of a trauma that had come in through helicopter or ambulance. And they just didn't have enough staff. They needed somebody in CT to do that head, but they also needed somebody to do the regular ER work, and they needed somebody to do the stat portables. So that's when they would call a third person in. Also, if you're doing trauma in the middle of the night, you might get called to do the trauma, and you show up and you do the trauma, and then find out that the patient has to go to OR, and then you'll follow them up to OR, shoot some x-rays during the surgery, and then after they get through OR, they're going to go to the ICU, and when they go to the ICU, you're going to take more x-rays. So you might be x-raying the same patient all night at varied times, and you're going to be stuck doing that, and so that's why we call in an extra tech. Now, the nice thing about being on call in California is that when you're on call, you get paid 50% of your salary, which is really sweet. And when you get called in, you get 150% of your salary. So it's time and a half, or maybe 50% more of your salary. So it's time and a half for a minimum of 2 or 3 hours. I'm not quite sure on that duration. But it's very lucrative. If you don't get called in at all, it's kind of like working a whole shift. But the purpose of being on call is to be alert and to be prepared and to walk into any situation and be totally confident and seamless in how you work with the other techs. So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you've made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. All right, take care.